Hello everyone. So in this video, I felt to talk about healing your wounded inner child and what this means and how this happens on this journey to union, on this journey of ascension, and how this is very important. And most of you will be going through this on your process. So I want to start off with talking about, what this means and how this is going to look like for you when this happens, because we can't just have our inner child come up for us whenever we want to. A lot of the times this is going to happen when you don't even realize it or you don't expect it. It's sort of in your subconscious mind. So the inner child work is everything to do with the subconscious mind. This is the unconscious mind. And this is everything to do with your root chakra. So the root chakra is connected to your inner child, and all the memories, everything that we experience in our life, in this lifetime and other lifetimes, will be stored in your 1D body, which is the root chakra. This is the base chakra. This is a very important chakra, and this chakra is very much part of the whole process of coming into your own stability, your own groundingness, your masculine energy being very strong. So when this chakra is full of memories from past lives, present life, that are, really shocking, maybe there's trauma from your childhood, maybe there's a lot of stuff that you've stored in that particular compartment, and you were not looking at it, or you shut this down. A lot of the times when we experience as children, when we experience, events that are very intense, very shocking or traumatizing or maybe devastating, we sort of shut the door and we lock it with a key, and we throw out the key and we try to forget about it. That's the coping mechanism that we use when we, have this inner child wound. And all of us do, because we all have experiences in our childhood that may have caused us to lock down these memories, lock down everything that we have seen, we experienced, we witnessed as a child, or anything that happened to us specifically. But this may not just be, it doesn't need to be happening to you. A lot of the times you may witness something which causes such a shock to your nervous system that actually dysregulates you, and that affects you as well to a very deep degree when you are an adult or when you're growing up. And again, this is the root chakra. So a lot of this stuff that's in our child has everything to do with the root chakra, and then also the emotional body, which we process through the emotional body. So the root chakra is everything to do with things that are stored in terms of any trauma, any devastation, any shock that you may have experienced, anything that was very shocking to you as a child, which children, we shouldn't be exposing them to things that are very traumatizing, or even if they're not experiencing it, even if they witness something, they will still be traumatized from that experience. So it doesn't mean that it has to happen to you specifically. Like, it doesn't mean that something happened to you. You may have witnessed something in your childhood that was so shocking to your system that it dysregulated you, or you shut the door with that key and you don't want to look at it. So what happens is that we fragment, our consciousness fragments in this way, and that causes a lot of the separation within ourselves. This is the separation layers, and this is a fragment of us that we have closed in that door, and we threw away the key. And so what happens on this journey is that we're forced to look at this now as we go through ascension. All of our traumas, all our wounds, all the shadows, they start to come up. They start to creep up on us. And this happens, unexpectedly, most of the time, the key starts to open up. And most of the time, this is happening even in dream state. You may actually feel that there is something that your subconscious is trying to show you and that you're not looking at. So that often means that the door is opening and everything's trying to come out from that memory, from that experience, from whatever happened to you will start to come out from this door. And this is the subconscious mind. This is you experiencing it through the dream state most of the time. And then you may feel like, oh, I don't want to look at that. I want to shut that down. I don't want to go there. It's too dark. What's the point? But it keeps coming up for you. And these are memories that we bury deep inside of us. This is from, things that we experience maybe with our parents, maybe with our grandparents, maybe, whatever the experience is that we have as children, we tend to lock in that door of the subconscious mind. And see, this is what happens is that we lock that door, and then in our adult life, we are then really struggling with our root chakra or our sacral chakra. And a lot of you ask, how do we heal it? How do we heal and go through the layers of healing the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and all of the lower chakras? Well, it's about opening all the doors that you've shut down. And this happens naturally through ascension. This happens naturally. This is all going to come out through the process of ascension. So you don't need to try to force it, but you also need to look at it. If it's coming up for you, there's a reason why it's in your dream state, or why memories are coming in, or why something is coming in, but it's really shocking to your system. And then you kind of shut it down and you don't want to go there, because it's still in your memories, in your memory bank, in your 1D body. It's still existing there. So the way that we heal that is we go deep. We go deep with ourselves. We actually have to sit with all of the memories, all the wounds, all of the traumas that you may have experienced as a child, or all the memories that are coming out. And like I said, this doesn't have to mean that something actually happened to you. This could actually just mean that you witnessed something that was shocking. You witnessed maybe events that were shocking to you. So it's not always that something has to happen to you. It doesn't mean that. Maybe something did happen to you, but it's more that we can even see things that feel like trauma, that look like trauma to us, to our system. And so, especially if you're very empathic, most of you are empathic, you will have picked up on a lot of the stuff from your environment, and you would have just really tried to numb yourself out from those emotions, from feelings and all of that. So the inner child work is really deep on this journey, and this is something you will have to go deep with it yourself. And this will come up for you when the time is right for you to see all of these memories and things that you closed in that door of the subconscious mind. And this is stuff that will affect you, and obviously will affect your union and your twin process, your twin flame process. It's going to cause a very deep separation from you and your soul, because this is a fragment, a very deep fragment. A lot of the inner child stuff is very deep fragmented aspects of us that have to be retrieved. So this is part of the soul retrieval that you're doing. These are fragmented aspects of us. This door that you don't want to look at, this part of yourself, you don't want to look at it, but it's part of your soul consciousness, and so it's fragments out, and so eventually you do need to look at it, and this is when it will come up for you to actually witness and see. And so a lot of us may feel this is happening to you. Maybe there's a trigger that triggers these memories all of a sudden. Maybe there's something that comes up that opens this door, and everything's starting to come out, everything's starting to, be exposed, and it's sort of very hard to almost close the door again. You can't. Once it all starts to come out, you have to kind of go with it, and you have to just process whatever is happening within yourself. So if you're not feeling this right now, you may feel it in the future. So come back to this video whenever you're feeling it, whenever you're going through this experience, or whenever you need the help or assistance with this kind of process that will happen to all of us, because all of us have stuff that we've closed down in our subconscious that we're not facing, that we're not feeling. We've fragmented ourselves out in this way, and all of it has to come forward so that we can come back to union. Because this is a very deep, like I said, separation. This is a separation between you and yourself that's really deep. And this is why it'll feel really deep, because a lot of this inner child stuff is a lot of times really shaping us in a very deep way without us even realizing it. And this is why I'm saying the root chakra will be very affected depending on what has happened, how your nervous system, responded at the time that this all happened. So this is all restructuring now, and all of these things have to come out so that your nervous system can come back to balance and stability. But also these memories and these experiences, they have to almost be relived, but you have to process them correctly. Because what happened as your child, you were not able to process those emotions. So that's what caused you to shut the door. But now it's time to process everything. So that's what you're doing with the inner child work. You actually have to process things, because as a child, you just didn't know how to process it. You shut the door. So it's time to go deep with yourself. This is what this journey is all about. It's really coming back to union within yourself, and that's what causes the unification within yourself and outside of yourself. It's the fragmented parts that we have said no to, and we are really reinstating everything back. So that is the process here of the inner child work. I hope this has helped you. And like I said, if you're not going through it, just come back to it when you are. And that way you'll understand deeper on what's actually happening to you. So if you would love to get more help and support on your journey to union, we do have the community on Patreon. I post there a lot as well. I have taken some time off recently. Not much time, but I had to go through a little bit of a nervous system reset, and I am going to come back, obviously, but this message I wanted to share with you and get this out, because I feel like it's very important that this is talked about and we go deeper with this. So if you also would like more support, like I said, Patreon is there, daily, almost daily support. I also have my courses, I have my one-on-one sessions, and that is all available in the description. You can access all the links there. And for now, I send you lots of love, and I will disconnect now and reconnect in another video.